What is it about Mexican food, about the tiny hole-in-the-wall joints, that makes it 1,000 times more delicious at 3 a.m. when you're drunk? You know the place, La Posta de Acapilco Taco Shop, number 8. It's on Washington and 3rd Avenue, open 24 hours, situated appropriately next to a liquor store and a laundromat. You visited it after stumbling out of the lamplighter, a night of karaoke where you dazzled with your renditions of I Will Survive and Desperado. Or maybe you were line dancing at Kickers, toe-to-toe, clicking belt buckles with that lanky cowboy, drinking Miller Genuine Draft out of a glass-shaped boot. Or after you saw that Weezer cover band at the Casbah. During the day, La Posta de Acapulco's Taco Shop number 8 barely garners a notice. The customers that trickle through are in scrubs or on their break from Mercy Hospital, but at night, just before the bars close in the fuzzy glow of street lamps, it resembles that Edward Hopper painting. By 2:30 a.m., the line starts and the staff doubles. La Posta de Acapulco Taco Shop number 8 is like the Pied Piper of Hamlin, luring kids with a burrito instead of a flute. I haven't seen these yet, so. At La Posta de Acapulco Taco Shop number 8, I just like saying that, actually, you have to bend over and order through a 6-inch window 3 feet from the ground. It's here that you can get your fill of chicken tacos, carne asada fries, chile rellenos, potato rolled tacos, chips and salsa, and their standout, the California burrito stuffed full with carne asada, salsa, guacamole, sour cream, and French fries. Viva la Posta! Depending on who you ask or which translation website you look up, the name La Posta has 3 different meanings. According to translation2.com, La Posta means the relay. According to freetranslation.com, La Posta means the pellet. And according to babblefish.com, La Posta means the slug. Let's go! Of course, when you visit La Posta, it's more than just an eating experience. It's like having a front row seat to one of those monster truck shows. Destruction and chaos, greasy food, and bad decisions everywhere. One time, while I waited in line, a very drunk guy came up to me and asked me if he could borrow my shoes because the liquor store clerk wouldn't let him in without shoes. Or there was the homeless woman who told me she was doing an overactive bladder study in Mission Valley, and could I please give her a ride at 3 a.m. Or the wall-eyed chick with the bad Britney Spears hair extensions in the SDSU sweatshirt who told me with a cigarette in her mouth that the correct pronunciation was quesadilla. My own history with La Posta de Acapulco Taco Shop number 8 began in 1988 when I was still calling myself relatively straight. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. and I'm dancing to Everybody Wang Chung tonight at Crackers, a nightclub on Hancock for the under 21 set. The club is full of guys who wear eyeliner and the girls who love them. I'm in my acid-wash jeans and purple mock turtleneck, long bangs covering one eye, Doc Martens a size too big. I look good. The gay bar up the street, West Coast Production Company, it's now known as Montage, has just closed for the night, and we're eagerly waiting the chicken hawks, the really old men, 28, 29 years old, to come down and try to pick us up. By 2:30, I'm outside Crackers with my friend Tony, also relatively straight, or vaguely gay, I'm not sure. He's doing the whole silk vest over a white t-shirt thing, torn black Levi's, black deck shoes, and a bi-level haircut under a raspberry beret. Tony was always a step ahead of the curve. The smell of closed cigarettes and polo cologne lingers as we check out the sidewalk sale. Men in tank tops with tight t-shirts with the sleeves cut off, and even tighter Guess jeans, Caesar haircuts, bolo ties. We don't see anything we like. Besides, we're young, we're free, we're hung. We're hungry. We jump. We jump into his lime green Suzuki Samurai, a real man's car, and head for La Posta, where we scarf down rolled potato tacos with sour cream, and I fantasize about giving Tony a ride on the beach on my Vespa. We've all been there, right? Everybody I know who's been to La Posta has either made some sort of love connection, been cruised, or at least been felt up by a homeless person. Sometimes all of the above in one night. Okay. So I wanted to end this piece, these musings on La Posta de Acapilco, Talker Shop number 8, on a profound note, something full of meaning, stuff with resonance, rich and satisfying like a quesadilla special. I thought about creating a poem or a haiku to La Posta, or an ode, if you will, like John Keats' ode on a Grecian urn. Something about beauty being truth and truth being beauty. But instead I thought I'd leave you with the praise heaped on La Posta like dollops of sour cream from real everyday people, actually people from Yelp.com, that beacon of information, that magic 8-ball of the social scene. Thoughts from people who could say what I really couldn't, or say it much better, like this one. From Junior T of San Diego, California, who, in his own words, loves rockin' the dance floor. I've been eating here for over 30 years, he says. Seriously, which puts La Posta in a, historical context for all of us. He goes on to say, my mom used to get kidney dialysis in the building next to the liquor store 3 times a week in the early 80s. So I used to get food there all the time. And from Letty M, who's been yelping since 2007, and who describes herself as a fan of rock and roll, food, Steve McQueen, beer, butterflies, Randy's Rolling Papers, Tommy Lee, and Jack Daniels. Last night, she writes, I had 3 rolled tacos, a chili relleno, a California burrito, and tons of salsa. So much so that while taking a bite of my burrito, I dipped my boob in the salsa. This is really on Yelp, really. I think she's now known as Spicy Tits. But what about from Eddie P, who says his favorite book is The Great Gatsby and his favorite concert was Def Leppard? He writes, Dear La Posta, I want you inside of me. And finally, a gentleman who identifies himself only as Crawford on his website, drburrito.com, who says it best. Remember, you will die, but La Posta and the little men inside of it will still be there.